Hi guys, welcome back to my lip blush tutorial part 2. So I finished the first part. I just completed my outline and then I actually went over my outline one more time. This time I used a 3-round liner needle. I don't usually do this, but this was to create a slightly thicker and more defined outline, which my client requested. And actually the outcome was so pretty. I really liked it and it's healed really nicely as well. It's actually not too bold. It still looks nice and soft, so that's great. So I'm now shading in the lips. What you're watching now is actually my third pass over the lips. I'd already done the first and second. There was so much footage, so I decided to just put the third pass on here for you guys. So I'm using a pendulum method, which is back and forth in the skin. This way you get in double the amount of pigment than if you were just whipping one way. So whipping back and forth. For my first and second pass, I was doing this straight across the lip. So I was just following the lip line and continuing that straight across the lip, top and bottom. What you'll be able to see now for this third pass, I'm doing it at a slight angle. So I'm almost doing it diagonally across the lip from the outline into the center. Now, just changing up your angle on that last pass, I find really helps to create a really pretty finish to the lip. This just creates a more kind of dusty, pixelated look. I've sometimes seen on other people's work that it can almost look slightly liney, and I think that's where they've just gone in one direction the whole time. So by kind of creating a zigzag effect, like a cross stitch effect, you're going to create a more even and pixelated look rather than just like a one direction line look. So I think this is really great, and I always do it at the end of my lip blush treatment. I just think it creates a really pretty look. So at all times you want to be making sure you're getting that 3-point stretch. I showed this quite clearly in part 1, and I showed an image of this as well. So always getting that 3-point stretch to create a really good stretch on the lip at all times. So just a reminder of the colours that I'm using. They are from the brand Ever After Pigments. I am using colours Divine Mauve, Bare Beauty and Classical. I'm also using 1 or 2 drops of the thinning solution because I do find that these pigments can be quite thick and they are quite drying on the skin as well. If you do feel like your pigment gets a little bit dry throughout, just make sure you keep cleaning the tip of your needle, and you can re-add some of the thinning solution in halfway through if you feel needed. I like to make sure that when I wipe throughout the treatment, I'm using a nice damp wet wipe. Sometimes they can get a little bit dry throughout the treatment, so just make sure you're using a nice wet one and just wiping thoroughly but still nice and gently, just so you avoid any extra swelling or soreness on the lips. Here you can see that I am using a 1-round liner needle. I tend to always use a 1RL, and a 0.3 is my favourite. Sometimes I will go to a 3RL needle or a 3RS liner or a shader. I don't always find that they work the best. My favourite is always just a 1 liner. I find I get the best pigment and it creates a really pretty soft pixelated look, but sometimes a 3RL or a 3RS can be helpful to adding a little bit of extra pigment. You can watch the full version of me completing all 3 passes in my online lip blush course, which is available to purchase on my website. I include every technique I use throughout the whole treatment, and I also cover many other topics including pigment theory, colour theory and anatomy and physiology. So for aftercare, I recommend something like Hustle Butter, A&D ointment or Glossed. Here are the end results. I absolutely love them. I love this colour mixture. I think it looks so beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please comment if you have any questions, and like and subscribe if you want to see more.